Hello, and welcome to Psyched for Sanity. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Brindle Doss. I'm a licensed psychologist specializing in trauma treatment, geriatric psychology, and psychological assessments. And I have a secret that I've been hiding from you. And I think this is the perfect venue to share it with you.
I am so scared right now.
I love that that's your reaction to when I say this, because maybe it's a good secret.
I think it probably is, but I also think my nervous system is just like, rah, something scary.
When is your nervous system not wah?
I don't know. Just say your fun fact. Tell me your secret.
I love singing, and I think you should take me to karaoke.
What?
I love singing. I sing all the time,
Okay.
and frequently my children tell me to stop singing. It's really hurtful,
Okay.
very hurtful. And I think you should take me to karaoke. I think we'd have a great time.
Really? Like, you really want to go karaoke?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Okay, because I love to karaoke.
You love to karaoke.
Yeah. I think you know this about me.
You've mentioned it. I didn't know you had a passion for it, though.
I love to sing.
Yeah?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Why are you making your eyes big?
That's just how they are. Do you want to remind everyone who you are?
Oh, yeah, I will.
That's why I'm making my eyes big.
Oh,
I forgot
thought
to introduce yourself.
Oh, I did. Well, I thought you were going somewhere with
I
the whole
usually am not.
karaoke thing.
No, I'm usually not going anywhere.
Okay. I'm Dr. Tara McKelvey Parker. I'm a clinical psychologist. I specialize in psychological assessment and treatment of complex trauma and attachment wounds from childhood. And why is your that was going to be my fun
I know,
fact.
that's why it was so great.
You threw me off.
I didn't mean to. I thought it was going to be funny. You're surprised. I think, were you hurt? Were you like, did I upset you?
No, I was like, is this a trick? Do you actually want to go karaoke? Because I love to karaoke and I love to sing.
You, I think we should go to karaoke.
Well, I'm going to karaoke on Wednesday. I'm about to call your bluff.
I'm going to go. Look,
I actually am. At my work, we are having a karaoke night at this place where there's like private room karaoke.
Even better. That
and
was
then
my
live
preference.
band karaoke.
Yeah. I to our audience members that are listening and or watching, I commit to going next Wednesday to karaoke.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Okay. You're going to sing.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I want to make sure I know the songs though.
Yeah, I know. I like to practice beforehand too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I really do love to sing. I actually started out as a musical theater major.
Really?
Before psychology. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. So, if you weren't a psychologist, what else would you be, profession-wise? What would you do if you weren't in this field?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Be honest.
Well, no, I will be on. I'll be honest. No, I mean, I was. It's funny. I was thinking about this because my fun fact was going to be that I love to sing.
Yeah.
And I remember writing my first song when I was like 7.
Hold the phone.
Or 8.
Stop the presses.
I was writing diss
stop the
tracks
presses.
before Taylor Swift.
You write songs?
I mean, occasionally.
I've known you 10 years. 10, and you never told me you wrote a song.
Yeah, I mean, but it was like silly. It was like, I am pretty sure I was mad at a boy.
Of course.
And
you and Taylor Swift.
That's why I love her.
Who doesn't love her?
A lot of people love her.
Ah.
Yeah, but the song was a diss track. I'm pretty sure I was mad at a boy.
A diss track.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think I loved like Ace of Base or something at the time. This was very Ace of Base, like, you know.
Classic Ace of Base.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Yeah. It was like, go away, go away. I don't want to see your face again. You were never my baby. I'm gonna ask you a question. Will you please go away?
That was so good.
I wrote that. I never sang it to the boy. I should have.
Maybe you're singing it to him now.
I am singing it to him now. If you are out there, I want you to know I'm very angry.
We're not going to...
And I wrote a diss track about you.
She's still really angry, and she wants you to go away.
I know exactly who this boy...
Of
I know
course.
exactly who I wrote this about.
But we're not going to name him.
No. I wouldn't do that.
We're professionals.
We'll see.
So if you weren't a psychologist, what would you...
I would definitely sing. I would definitely be like a pop star.
Yeah, you would.
I would be on Broadway.
Yeah, you would.
I would do like be super famous.
So I remember this though. You were getting your PhD.
Yeah.
In University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, yes, I went to UNT for my PhD. Yeah.
While you were getting your PhD, weren't you doing like
Oh,
productions in the theater department as a graduate student?
Yeah, so I was getting my PhD, and I think I was like a little bit hypomanic or something.
Well,
like I was like running a marathon, doing a musical, writing my dissertation, and going to all my classes.
So maybe, okay, I was going to challenge the hypomania, but now I feel like I should just let it go. Just let it go.
I think I was miserable, and I was like, grad school's hard, but...
Grad school is very hard. I did not do that during graduate school, but what I did during graduate school was a lifelong dream. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
I, from a very young age, wanted to learn how to fence. And by that, I don't mean install fencing around houses.
No, you do. Of course you do not.
Just making sure they know. Just clarifying. Because when you Google fencing, you'll often get housing, like, fences, barriers. I wanted to learn how to fence, and I used to, when I was a small child, find sticks and beat up my mother's trees, which she did not like. Did not like it. But all the schools I went to, and I went to a lot of different educational places, I was told they'd have a fencing team or a fencing club. None of them did until the last place my graduate program for my PhD had a fencing club. And it was amazing.
So random.
It was so exciting. I was the oldest one there.
I don't...
obviously. And I was obviously not the best one there for by a far measure.
Were there people there, like good fencers?
Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean good fencers? How rude. How rude. How dare you?
I don't... No, there are varying levels of fencing abilities.
There were good fencers, yes. Yes, there was a whole club. It was a whole team.
I don't think I've ever thought about fencing. Like long...
How do you go through life and not think about fencing is my question. How do you not do that? Because I think about fencing all the time. Even on non-Olympic years.
I think that's rare.
What else is new?
I think that's in the minority. I think most people...
What else is new?
Don't think about fencing. So, okay, what would you...
So nothing came of it except that I was in the club and I had an awesome time. I couldn't do it all 4 years because grad school be grad schooling.
Okay, so is that what you would do if you weren't a psychologist?
No, but it's related. It's adjacent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if all the mental health problems in the world are all healed and solved tomorrow, my grand plan, that's mostly sort of serious, but it's also not, is I want to open a summer camp so I can finally learn archery. I got the fencing done, but I never learned archery, and I always wanted to learn it. It's so cool. You take a tiny stick and you shoot it into a target.
I mean, it does sound actually pretty cool. I actually really think that would be cool to learn.
And it takes a lot of skill, and it's really hard.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, no, I believe that. I don't actually even know if I could pull string back.
I've not done it in any kind of capacity or taken lessons, which is the next step.
Like, really? Okay. Also, we're holding her accountable for
I'm not committing to the archery. I don't have the time.
Okay.
I'm here with you doing this.
Fine, you're going to be doing karaoke with me, I guess.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Doing karaoke with you.
Okay.
But no, my grand plan, it was always to, like, if all the mental health issues are solved tomorrow, is to open a summer camp so I can just personally learn archery. It also meant my other thing that I really enjoy is I love kids. I love working with kids. I have been described as a childlike human person. If you know, you know. And I think that, excuse me. Something funny?
Yeah, you're funny.
Thanks.
But continue.
Thank you.
Continue.
No, but on a more serious note, as I've gotten older, in terms of like what I would be if I wasn't a psychologist, because I do feel like I kind of chose very early to be a psychologist.
Yeah, me too.
And not everyone does that. Like I think a lot of people like what happens with other people that become psychologists is they'll take a couple psychology classes, and everyone knows psychology classes are super cool and interesting.
Yeah.
And they're so fun to learn about.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, you get into psychology, you can do almost nothing with a BA or BS in psychology.
Yeah, that's true. You really can't.
I decided at like 17 that I wanted to be a psychologist, which is really...
That's pretty young.
Very young.
Yeah, it's pretty young, and you didn't really get to explore many other options.
That's one of my many limitations is I foreclose. I tend to like...
Oh, yeah, foreclosure. That's an actual thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You want to define that?
Yeah, foreclosure is when you certain individuals with certain personalities, and even also other individuals that don't have these type of temperaments, they can foreclose on choices and options, which basically means making a decision really quickly without evaluating or thoughtfully considering all the options in front of them. This is a part of vocational psychology. And it can sometimes lead to situations where you become a psychologist when you're you decide that when you're 17.
Yeah.
I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
I don't regret that.
You love what you do, but it's just not really knowing your options at the time, or really thinking intentionally about it,
and that thinking intentionally is so important.
Being able to make your own choice, because I know you've got parents who are therapists, so I'm sure that was sort of a.
It wasn't though.
No, really.
No.
Okay.
No, and that's the funny thing. I do have 2 parents that both have PhDs in counseling and are therapists. And growing up, I knew what they did, and that was fine and dandy, but there was no, oh, you're going to follow in our footsteps. No, they absolutely did not do that. In fact, my mother likes to say, and I'm hoping she's joking because neither me nor my sister listened to her, go to school for 4 years and make a lot of money, and we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We went to school for a long time. But
do you think, though, them being therapists sort of helped you develop respect for the field?
It definitely,
and sort of, because you're kind of integrated into that.
I think when you have someone in your family that has a certain type of profession, it opens up younger people in that family's eyes to that being a possibility. And so when I came to this decision, I remember very clearly how I made this decision. I was going through a horrible breakup. And it was a really bad relationship. It was a teenage relationship, but it was also like really bad. And I wasn't making safe or smart choices in that relationship, like unfortunately many 17-year-olds do.
Yeah.
And I finally had ended the relationship, left the guy, was done. And I went to a really small high school, and I was worried going back to my senior year of high school, that I was going to have to interact with him a lot, because this was a tiny high school. I'm talking maybe 30 kids in 9th through.
Yeah, that is really tiny.
Grade.
Wow.
Maybe 40, but that was it.
Okay.
So it's not like you can avoid your ex in that situation.
Yeah.
And I was really distressed because I was worried I was going to go back to him, because I'd gone back and forth with this individual before.
Yeah.
And I was really very anxious. And I remember I was driving my mom's car. My mom was sitting in the passenger seat, and she just says to me, because I said I expressed this fear to her, I'm really worried I'm going to go back to this guy, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then she didn't even look at me. She just says, well, if you go back to him, you can just leave him again. It's like a bomb went off in my brain.
Yeah.
I remember being so impacted by her statement to me. And she wasn't being my therapist. It was a therapist-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she was just trying to remind me of my options and my personal power. And
that you had a choice.
That I had a choice. And it went off like a thunderclap in my brain and my heart and every part of me. And after that moment, I kind of told her, I said, I want to do. Well, she turned to me and she said, that look on your face is why I do what I do.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And after that moment, I said, well, I want to do what you do. And she's like, no, you're going to be a psychologist. And that's a whole separate podcast.
I see. Okay. Well, you and I, okay, so that you and I sort of kind of came to this maybe different. This field a little differently.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I did not grow up with parents who were therapists, that's for sure. Not a lot of guidance. I don't think in school. I was first generation college student, not a lot of structure around. I was super thankful for my teachers at the time. I really loved school. It was my safe space. My teachers were the people I looked up to. I'm my choir teachers.
Teachers are so important.
I mean, they were so important. I think a huge reason why I kind of went the road I went, compared to my siblings, because we all sort of, came from chaotic, neglectful, sort of abusive, traumatic, challenging stuff. And so I got a lot of help from them figuring out how to fill out applications and how to get scholarships and how to pick a major. And, so I was able to do some research about what I wanted to do. And I had some guidance about it. And that's why I started out in music. That was really more of a passion thing. I really wanted to do music, and I've always loved music.
Yeah. Well, you're an amazing singer.
Thanks. But I ended up on psychology, I think, because of how I grew up.
Mhm.
I really, really, really wanted to help families, like kids and families,
Makes sense.
that went through
Yeah. Difficult things. Absolutely.
But I think what really like was like, yeah, I really want to be a psychologist. This was like the moment.
Okay.
I was reading a book.
You love reading.
I do. And when I was like a kid, it was one of the main ways that I was like
I know.
totally in like fantasy world, like because things were tough.
Yeah,
But
and a book you can totally escape.
I mean, I would like read back to back, like hours and hours and hours. And I loved murder mysteries.
Yeah,
and so Mary
same.
Higgins Clark, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I said it.
That's fine.
She's an author, and
I think she's pretty well known.
Yeah, I mean, she's well known.
Yeah.
And she writes murder mysteries, and there was one about this woman who had DID.
You want to tell
everyone dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities. It's a type of dissociation when you've experienced severe trauma, usually physical and or sexual
Visual and or
abuse.
sexual,
yeah,
and some kind of emotional component usually as well.
Our psyche really starts to split and segment as a protective strategy, and so people with DID they can present with different personalities because those parts of them are not integrated and they're not communicating, and it's a severe dissociation.
And the parts start to over time kind of protect.
Yeah, they
elements.
can't. Yes, and so the book that I read was about this woman who had DID, and while she was in one of her personalities, she committed murder.
Oh, goodness.
And so it was like a forensic, like criminal psychology, bent. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I want to do this. And now when I think about the book, though, I feel really sad about the way this woman was portrayed in the book.
Right.
Right? Because it's like not common for people with DID to commit murder.
Not at all.
Like at all. That is not a thing. So now I think about the book with like a different lens, but when I was reading it at like 10, I was like, oh, this is really interesting.
Pretty big read for 10.
Oh my God, you don't even want to know what I was reading. Otherwise, I mean, things
I probably wouldn't read it now.
Romance novels. I mean, I
love a romance novel. Though.
Right? I was like all the romance novels, like Babysitter's Club, and
that's
a
range there.
I was I used to like walk myself to the library on weekends and spend like all day at the library. I freaking love the library. I would like check out tons and tons of books.
You call me a huge nerd, but that's that's a nerd move.
Yeah, I mean,
nerd move.
I want to be a nerd.
I think you are one.
Yeah, man, I guess.
I think you're a nerd masquerading behind a pretty voice.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome. I think there's a Disney movie about you, actually.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I would love that so much. I would love that so much. I would love that so much.
Oh, no. I don't think I'm supposed to laugh like that on the podcast. I couldn't help it. I was joking, but also I would love to make that dream come real for you. Like
how?
Because it's a perfect story.
No, I know, but how will you do it? I want to know steps.
I don't know. You got to dream big.
Oh, you're a big dreamer.
Well.
which is why we're doing this podcast.
That's why we're doing this podcast.
Exactly. To have fun
it's going great.
To dream.
Dream big, share. Yeah.
Right. So, if something struck a chord with you guys about the podcast and what we talked about today, leave feedback in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know what you would be if you're a mental health professional or even in any kind of job or career. If you could go back, would you make a different choice?
What would you be if you could do it all over again?
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know. What are you taking away from today? What are you needing for today?
Well, I'm really excited about karaoke now.
Then I think the podcast has automatically been a success.
So I think what I'm taking away today is I'm excited about singing with you and having fun and doing the podcast. It feels uplifting.
Good. I'm a little shocked that you you weren't more shocked, that you were more like upset that I stole your answer, which I think is
honestly
hilarious.
I was so confused. I was really confused, and I was like, am I supposed to say something specific here? Because you kept raising your eyes, and I was like,
because you had forgotten to introduce yourself, which is kind of important.
I know, but you had like a leading I was so confused about the karaoke thing. I was like, this is going somewhere, and I don't know where it's going.
Well, what I'm taking away from today
What are you
in our
taking away?
conversation is just appreciation actually for my own journey. I think, I share my story about how I kind of decided on my major with people and friends, but I think kind of talking about it with you in this setting just reminds me of, it took a lot to get our degrees. And even though we made these decisions for different reasons at different times, I think, I really appreciate little 17-year-old Brendel that was just trying her best, that was so impacted by this one comment. And I hope, and I know you have made these comments to your patients, but I hope my patients can hear something I say that's helpful and has an impact on their lives.
Yeah, oh, that's sweet.